Well, hi everyone, this is Dr. Schroeder with this week's video introduction to week number 8 of our course in Nursing Theory and Foundations of Professional Practice. And actually, we're down to our final week. This is our final week of discussion that we're going to be starting this week. This week goes pretty quick because everything has to be wrapped up by Thursday night. And so remember that as you start to plan your week and plan your discussions for this week. Your initial responses are due on Tuesday. Your follow-up responses are due on Thursday. Now, because of that quick week, those of you that have gotten some points deducted or that you've gotten feedback about your, about posting on the same day, although I want you to post uh, on separate days of the week for your initial post and your final two posts, I will not be deducting points for if you post those final two posts um, on the same day of the week. It's just too short of a week to really require that. So remember, the final discussions, everything needs to be turned in by Thursday. That includes your journals this week, your week number 8 journals. Now, your week number 8 journals, some of you turned those in early. Those of you that did turn them in early, I'll be grading those this week. The week 8 journal was, again, where you were supposed to go back and to make an appointment with and talk with your academic advisor about your capstone and wrapping up those final experiences. You either you plan to do that if you're within the first 16 weeks of the program or actually have completed that. So that's what your journal is going to be this week. And week number 7 discussion, the focus was on, the actual discussion question was on poverty and dealing with poverty in various nursing and healthcare situations and your experiences with that. And we had a really good discussion. Discussion kind of went in a lot of different areas. It's been a very, very active class of discussion. Everybody's been very participatory. And that's made for a very robust and a very interesting class. I've really enjoyed coming into class, reviewing, and then participating along the discussion along with you. The really only wrap up that I have is that a lot of insights were shared, a lot of insights were be had, and that this is an important aspect of nursing. Both the week 7 and the week 8. Week 8, we're going to be talking about culture, but understanding cultures and understanding disparities in health are important. Disparities are something that are becoming more and more understood, and of course, nowadays, the big talk is with the Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare, and the discussion about should we go to a single payer system or is the current healthcare system sort of a multi-tiered system? Is it adequately meeting our resources? And the answer is a decided yes and no. In many ways, we have the best healthcare system in the world. In many other ways, we are very lacking. And the ways that we are lacking, particularly in those areas related to healthcare access. I related a personal story. As you probably all know, I think that I pointed out in class before, that I live most of the time in Rosarito Beach, Mexico. And in Rosarito Beach, I've actually had the opportunity to receive some services down there. And I've been surprised at really how good and how open the access is. It is actually easier in many ways for your average person, even your average Mexican without a lot of money, to actually access services. They can get access to those services oftentimes quite easier than what we have here in the United States, although if you live in poverty in the United States, you have a variety of safety nets, and if you have a lot of money, you don't have to worry about it anyway. But there's a lot of people that are working multiple jobs or that work for a healthcare provider that does not provide health insurance and that does but makes too much money to qualify for affordable care subsidies. It's really hard because care is very expensive for them with incredibly high deductibles. So we have a lot of people that are not accessing care, and it isn't always necessarily just due to socioeconomic status. There's many middle class people out there that don't have access to health care. And so understanding that and understanding the dynamics of that is very important. And that was really the focus of our discussion at week 7. And in week number 8, we're going to be talking about culture and cultural misunderstandings. We discussed this a little bit in previous weeks, and some of you discussed it as part of your discussion in preparing for your cultural change project. But here we're going to be talking about specific specific cultures, not really so much cultures in the hospital, but specific cultures with individual health needs, and how do we act, how do we help them with access? How do we provide care to those individuals? And that's how we're going to wrap up class. Remember, your journals are due this week. Everything needs to be turned in by Thursday. All your final discussions need to be completed by Thursday as well. That's just because all final grades are due by Friday. So your presentations will all be graded no later than Friday. I anticipate most of them should be done probably on Wednesday or Thursday. And those final grades processed by Friday. So this is my last video introduction. I have appreciated being with all of you. I hope that it's been a good class. Most of you are fairly early in your educational journey, so still trying to figure some of this stuff out, I understand. And so I hope that it's been a good class for you. I hope that it has been one that has been encouraging and that you've learned some things and picked up some things. I will see, no doubt, some of you once again in some of the future classes. I do teach healthcare research and evidence-based practice, as well as courses in nursing education. So I look forward to seeing some of you later on in the program. I wish you all well as you continue on in your educational journey, and I'll see you in this final week of discussion in the discussion forums.